What's up, everybody, brothers and sisters, working people across the world? Those of you up here in UFCW Local 8 in Northern California, happy Thursday, everybody. I hope you're having a good work week. We're almost to the weekend. I want to jump right into it today because we've been talking about some pretty heavy stuff, class politics versus electoral politics. If you want to see how explosive that conversation is, just go check out the comments from the last couple days. People take this shit very seriously, and I would argue that it's a tool that's used to divide us, and we need to cut through that, and we need to unite as a working class against that division. That's my personal perspective. Today I want to talk about how important it is that those two things, our class and our electorate, so the people and the government, work together. And I want to use an analogy to help illustrate how that can happen. So we're going to talk about the hammer and the anvil. Think about like a blacksmith forging like a sword in medieval times. The hammer is used to strike against the anvil, and the result is that the metal is shaped. What we're beating against is shaped. So I would like to position the working class people as the hammer, and what we use to strike is a strike is actually a direct correlation. So striking, social movements, boycotts, anything that we do as a class, as a working people, that is the hammer being used to impact change. That hammer striking against the anvil is the state. That's the government. That's the electorate. That's the elected body that's put in position to make changes through law and policy. They just sit there doing nothing until they are struck by the people. Now, if we don't take control of that as working class people and make sure that we are the hammer that is striking the anvil, what we see and what we're on the other side of is the billionaire class doing that for us. They've been shaping our society in our absence, and we are living through the result of that. We can change that, and we've done it before. Tomorrow we'll talk about some examples that have happened in the past and some ideas for the future. But a really good analogy that we can all relate to is the civil rights movement. Everybody learned about it in school. It was a time where inequality basically became unacceptable from American citizens. We decided as a people that we weren't going to allow that discrepancy to continue to exist in our society. So we began to organize as a working class and strike against the anvil of the state. The result of that pressure was the Civil Rights Act, the laws that govern equal treatment in our society and in our workplace. That is a good example that we can all relate to of the hammer striking against the anvil and having a positive impact. Remember, the working class is the hammer, and the government, the state, is the anvil. We have to strike against it to shape the world we want to live in. Peace, solidarity.